Hi, Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I want to show you these cards I made here, and I'm using these stencils. They're part of the online exclusive. Here's the flower, and you go ahead and you layer these. Here are the leaves. And it also comes, here's the packaging right here. It's called the Loveliest Layers, Decorative Masks. It says masks, but I'm using them as a stencil. Then you have this lovely one here. Well, I was playing around and I really liked how these came out. And I want to, there's a lot of videos on, but I really liked how we kind of did these to make these cards, and I just wanted to demonstrate this as my card this week. Now what you're going to need for this is you're going to need some ink. I'm using So Saffron. I have Petal Pink and Flirty Flamingo. I'm also using Gray Granite, and I have here Melon Mambo. Now I have these stickies. These are full stickies. So they're sticky all the way through here, and I'm going to use these to help with our masks. And then I have all my little brushes here that I'm going to be using. Now I've washed these and they're clean, but you can use them for other colors. So I'm going to have those kind of set aside. Then when I'm actually assembling my card, I'm going to be using these framelits. These are the layering, oh, here they are. These are the rectangle stitched framelits. I thought those were nice. And then there's another set that's part of the online exclusive, and it's these Basics 3D embossing folders. These are kind of cool because they offer some different patterns. They offer a polka dot pattern, a line pattern, kind of a graphic pattern, and then a more organic pattern that's kind of like flowers. So for these cards, I used both of those. This one here features the organic. You can see that. I turn on this light here. Okay, there you go. You can kind of see. That one features the more graphic pattern. And then this one over here, you can see kind of has more of the organic pattern. So I use those as well. I'm using basic white and basic black cardstock, and I'm also going to be doing my sentiment embossed with white embossing powder. So you're going to need that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So one of the other things, I'm going to remove this piece of paper to reveal this crafting mat here. I'm going to go ahead and stick my paper here, and I have some cut here at 4. Just took a regular piece of cardstock and I cut it in half to, or rather, this is 4, and then this is 11, so this is 8.5 by 11. So I cut this 4. So this is almost 4 as well. But what I want to do is, and I think this is less than 4, so we don't want that one. I just kind of want to lay a piece out like this. And what's nice about this media mat, that's what it's called, it's a media mat, is that it just holds on to your paper. And that's especially nice because I'm using this glass surface. Then I'm going to take my I'm going to take the largest of my masks, and I'm just going to kind of line it up right here. And that should also, it doesn't quite hold, but I'm going to use these Post-it notes, these full Post-it notes. You can see they are sticky all the way around. I'm going to use these to kind of mask where I don't want to get any ink, and it's pretty much going to be on this white side, but it holds it pretty well. Then I'm going to begin with taking my So Saffron, and I'm going to take a large blending brush. I'm just going to pick up some color, And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and begin with the inside and kind of begin out like that. Okay, so we're going to begin with the inside and kind of move it out. Okay, then we're going to grab our Flirty Flamingo and I'm going to grab another brush. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to start from the outside edge coming in towards the inside, kind of moving down. So then we're going to move in that way. Okay. So then our last piece, so let's go ahead and lift that up. We've got that. Look how pretty that is. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to reposition our mask on the other side over here, because we're going, and if you can tell, let me just move these for a minute. You can tell that they pretty much, you know, they marry up rather nicely, right, like that, where you can see where you have these dots here. And you got to be careful because you will get color on your fingers, because there's color on this mat. And then I just want to reposition that. Okay, so again we're going to start with our So Saffron. Pick up some color and just kind of start from the inside and then blend out. And then I'm going to pick up my Flirty Flamingo and I'm going to start from the outside and I'm going to blend in. And I'm just kind of using like that. Okay, so now that I have those two done, I'm just going to go ahead and put these aside for now. I'm going to wipe them off with a baby wipe, but let's just put them aside for now. Okay, so then let's go ahead and close these, and then let's bring in our Melon Mambo color, and let's bring in a small one of these blending tools, and then I want to show you how these match up. Now you see you have dots here and dots here, right? Dots all the way around. So you just kind of want to line up this larger piece. It's going to go with this larger piece here, okay? This larger piece here with kind of like this little break there. So that's going to line up there, and that's going to be where you line these up. And I've kind of lined them up where I can kind of see they're within, right, they're within those petals. So we're going to put that down, and again, and you can see where those dots kind of line up. I'm not as much concerned about the dots. I just want to make sure that I kind of get these. Let me go ahead and make sure these get lined up. Okay, my paper's there. It's not going to move. That's even a more effective way. Do you see what I just did there? I just kind of lay that down and then kind of There we go. So when you do this, you want to make sure you get some of this adhesive piece on this media mat, because that's what's going to kind of secure it a little bit there. Okay, so now we're going to take our, and I'm going to, so I have my two colors here. I'm going to take this little one, and we're just going to pick up some of this Melon Mambo, and we're going to start at the middle, and we're going to kind of work out. And we just kind of make sure we get some of these, okay? So let's pick that up. You see how pretty? Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lay this down like this. And I think this goes this way, right? Because this is the larger piece and it's got that little hooky thing there. And we're going to put that like that. Now I'm going to tell you that it did take me a couple of times to kind of make sure I understood how to align this. And this time I'm going to kind of start from the outside. Okay, so we're just going to change it up a little bit. We're going to go from the outside like that, okay? Because I want to show you how there's different. So there's, see how there's a totally different effect. You start from the inside, you got that darker. You start from the outside, and so you kind of have different effects depending on how you use it. So we're going to put this one aside for now. I'm going to take these pieces off because I think I'm going to use them again. And now I want to use this leaf pattern. And we're going to put this right like this now. And we're going to go ahead and put this leaf pattern right about here. And I'm going to again make sure that this is masked, because I don't want any of that color, that ink, going on the rest of my card. It can go on the media mat, right? Because I can go ahead and do that. So then I'm going to take another one of these little brushes, and this was a little bit off, so hold on, I want to adjust this a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because that was kind of on the edge. I'm just going to pick this up, and we're going to add these leaves. Are going to be kind of in a gray color. Okay, so let's pick this up. Let's add these leaves over here. Let's move these back. Make sure this whole leaf . So now I'm going to grab this, which can go like right here over these leaves. I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to use the same color. I'm just going to go over it again just to add some. See that? Kind of just add some emphasis there. And that will be right there. And if you're very careful, because you're using this smaller blending brush, you really, if you're just careful with it, you don't have to like totally mask all your edges up. You can just kind of, see how that kind of works like that. And then I've got this piece, and I'm going to have to go around, and I'm just going to kind of add just a little bit using this smaller blending brush. I'm just going to turn on the music and show you how we're just going to work across this cardstock doing the same technique we used before to create 3 cards out of this one piece of cardstock. So let's watch. Hey, here's a quick hack or tip to kind of keep your mask aligned. I went ahead and put an X on the first one, and then when I lined up my layered mask, I just copy right over that X with a marker, with a Sharpie, and that way I always know how my layering mask is lined up. Okay, so now we're going to use our deckled rectangles, and I'm going to pick a shape that will fit all the way across the cardstock that we just colored,
and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut our pieces all the way across this cardstock. It's going to come out to about I think we're going to get three nice pieces. And because these deckled framelits are nested, you can go ahead and cut the shape, but then we're going to use the larger one, the next larger one, to kind of cut our frame around our flower piece. So there I've used two of them the same size and then one of the larger ones so I could capture the two middle flowers. And there you go. So there's the layering of the deckled frames. You can see that's the one that cut it out. Now there's the one that layers the next largest size. There's the one that layers the next largest size. So now we're going to grab some basic black cardstock so we can cut the layers for our card. So now that I've cut these cards, I'm going to go ahead and cut the piece of black cardstock that I'm going to emboss in the front. But I'm going to switch this up. Instead of a black base card, basic black, I'm going to go with a basic white for that larger image there in the center. And I'm going to take a piece of basic black cardstock, and I'm going to, the dimensions are 4 inches across. And it's probably 4 by 4, but I'm going to take my stamparatus. I'm going to place my sentiments on my stamparatus where I'm going to use my Versamark, because we're going to emboss this with our white embossing powder to create a nice sentiment for the front of our card. I'm turning on that lamp because I like to see whether I have a good impression, good ink impression. I can stamp one more sentiment on that piece of cardstock, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and heat emboss these first two here and kind of set the white embossing powder before I stamp my third sentiment for my third card. And that's just easy work there, just using my heat gun. Now that I've done that, I can flip it around. I can pick what sentiment I want to use to in order to fully utilize that piece of basic black cardstock. And I'm going to do the same. We're just going to pull in the white embossing powder, and we're going to go ahead and emboss that piece. And that's just, again, just quick work there. Just using my heat gun, and it will set really nicely. Now that I've done that, I'm going to pull in a little trimmer, and I want to trim as close as I can to the lettering because I just want a neat band that will go across my cards with my sentiment. And the black band with the white lettering will really set off the design, those colorful flowers that are going to be on the front of our card. So there you go. You can see we're just going to go ahead and I'll speed this up and play some music so you can see putting together the rest of the card. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and share and subscribe to my channel. All products are available on my online store. There will be a link below in the comments line. Go to my blog for project details. And if you're looking for a demo, please consider joining my team. Consider joining as a hobbyist, because then you enjoy a 20% discount on everything that you purchase. If you are a demonstrator and you like my content, please support my channel by hitting like, share, leave a comment so that I can continue to provide good content for you. So there you go, some wonderful cards using the Loveliest layer decorative masks. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration. I think these are just really gorgeous. The colors just pop, and just the simplicity of it is just really, truly simple stamping. This is Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. Happy stamping.